You know what? I fucked everything up. I fucked the whole intro up in every way. I apologize, guys. Of course, it would be this episode that I fucked the intro up, right? Of course, it would be this episode. This is an important episode. An important episode. I don't want to. It's kind of botches everything. Let me see if I can. That'll work. So we'll share the logo screen. Go back. Go back. Yeah, we're gonna elongate the intro. It's a special episode. Special episode. Because hey, we're not even gonna do the OG music. There's no one here yet. That's fine. That's fine. From the Midwest. Hopefully the stream's not too emo. I've been listening to Midwest emo, and I totally, this band in particular, I totally just disregarded when the hipsters were into American football. In the event, Vigilante Williamson here on the 77th episode of my show. It is, what is it? November 13th. Saturday, November 13th. Saturday, November 13th. The fade was not smooth. I'll admit. The intro wasn't smooth. The fade wasn't smooth. And this episode's not going to be smooth. Talking to myself, a little bit, Pat S. I appreciate you being here. JD's here. JD's in the building. JD, I miss JD. I miss streaming with JD a ton, man. Shout out to JD. I hope you're good, man. I hope you're good. You know, I'm a lot of times I know sometimes you're in Fireball's Discord. Sometimes I can forget to check it. I'm really bad checking stuff. In general, no matter what, like me as Vigilante be in real life, seriously bad. Hey, Noble Iro, always appreciate you being here. Shout out to you guys being here. Things are settling down, getting more time finally. Man, I know what you mean about time, man. I'm working crazy, and I'm working crazy hours, and I'm just like burnt out. And maybe that's informing this episode. The title's "Come to Jesus." This is kind of my come to Jesus moment. I've had some existential crises over here, but this is not necessarily a crisis. This is more of a admission of a few things to you guys, to you, the people who care about all this stuff. Yeah, there's a different stream time than usual. Usually I go for the mid-afternoon, 1 noon. What really happened is insomnia, man. I did the MF for Cocktail Lounge. It was good. It's been a few weeks since I've been on. He actually even missed a week himself, the whole show. But yeah. Have any tone to stream? Oh, yeah. Have I told you specific where I'm at now? It's not too far from you. In the Austin area. Well, that's not where I'm at, but that's where the job's based as because that's why I may move out there. Maybe, but you know what? I'm kind of in a place where I don't know what I want to do with my life. I don't know what I want to do with my life. I don't know what I want to do with this channel. So, like, after the stream last night or this morning, I could not fucking sleep. And now, not all of it is some stress shit. Some of it was. Some of it absolutely was. But some of it was just, some of it was me watching fucking martial arts fights in movies. Like I saw Ip Man fight Mike Tyson. That was incredible. Some old Jackie Chan fights. Just, I don't know, YouTube algorithm. You know how that goes. But some of it was just like, man. And, maybe it was part of the algorithm. In general, I've just been thinking about my job. And I've been thinking about work. And I've been thinking about this channel. And like several things about this channel. Now, admittedly, when I was first kind of putting this episode together in my head, it was going to be negative because there's this part. Listen, man, there's a part of me that's really, really, really wants to quit, right? For various reasons. And then I started to think about, loose cannon can't stay. No worries, man. No worries, bro. You could always, check the playback. Check the playback if you can. I'm sure we'll clip it out. I appreciate you being here. If you can leave a like, share, I'd appreciate it. Yeah, I'd love to be there, Jake. Love to be there. Love to be there. I do plan on going to Texas, even though I got some of my worries about Texas. Smell you later. Hopefully not. You got to wash your ass. I got to wash up. I just actually just took a shower. Um, so that should smell like was like I think Shea Moisture, uh, African black soap. That's what it should smell like. But yeah, I've been thinking about this channel because I've been wondering, am I authentic? Is this an authentic thing? I want to admit something, and I hope if any of the individuals on this show that I'm about to mention, if they do listen, because they have, I've seen all, not all, but I've seen many people from this show that I still love, but they have snuck into my chat and they have lurked. I haven't watched Friday Night Tights in weeks, maybe months. Part of that was just work and stuff, and then because like Friday evenings I would take my nap. But what I would do is would watch, even if I wouldn't watch FNT before I did the MFer. I would watch FNT over the weekend. Like when it got up to Nerd Erotic Live, I would usually watch it while I do stuff, or have it on while I do stuff and catch up with it that way. And I couldn't tell you. I mean, I did see a lot of Alex Jones episode when he was on. Outside of that, I haven't watched a lot of it. I'll try to lurk for a little bit, but I don't really watch it. And it's not a knock on them. But I remember there was an episode, and this was I'm pretty sure, yeah, this had to be post the Doomcock issue. When did the Doomcock issue happen? It had to be post that. And it didn't have anything to do with them, but they were just complaining about Star Wars. And they complained about Kathleen Kennedy. And I promise you, every fucking thing they said, it sounded like this is a rerun from a year ago. I promise you, they went a good 20, 30, and there was funny stuff in the show. It was great. But there was a good 20, 30 minutes, and I'm listening. I'm like, I promise you, they could have did this entire segment a year ago, and it'd be word for word the same. And part of this is because I do this. It was 4 months ago. I feel like this was mid-July, maybe even a few weeks after. But I feel like this was like July, August. I feel like well, I don't know. Maybe it was. I don't know. I thought it was after. Maybe it was before. But I was just like, man, this segment could have been done a year ago. I don't want to be a broken record. And I don't even know why I'm on this platform. And what I mean by is this. I think I'm doing this so I don't have to do my job. And that's not a fair motivation to come at this from. And I think that's causing a lot of my frustration because I want this to somehow escape. And I start to think that's not practical at all. It's fantasy. It's a fantasy to think like that. And I think the reason is because I don't want to, as I'm now able to if I wanted to, I could hop up the corporate ladder and I'm making decent money now, more than I, knock on wood, I want to, get doxxed. Actually, I'll talk about doxing in a second. But I can move up the corporate ladder, and I'm looking at that possibility with disdain, right? I don't really want to do this. I just don't. I don't know what I want to do. And so I think I got to separate things. I got to separate the peas from the mashed potatoes, so to speak. Because when it comes to things that are creatively motivated, they got to come from the heart. They got to be authentic. They got to be real. And it's not that you don't think about finances and business and stuff when you do creative things. Quite the contrary. You must keep those things in mind. But you gotta have something. You can't, especially when something like this, where it's completely up to chance, because it's up to the algorithm, right? and I'll get into that a little bit late in a second, right? And, probably the next thought. But you can't put your financial hopes into something creative. You have to. I mean, you can be good enough to do um what it is, but you have to come from the motivation. Oh boy, my job, nah. I mean, there's people I can not really know. I just started this current position not too long ago, to be fair, and actually it's probably going to change soon. To be fair, because of a lot of just the weird organizational stuff. Um, but on top of that, I don't necessarily feel motivated to keep talking about these same subjects either. And I don't know what it is I'm talking about. And I also think, and I've said this about TV shows. Sometimes TV shows have told their story, and then they have more seasons to go. Like the story was told, they got to their beginning, middle, and end, and then they still have multiple seasons, and then they just fluff shit up. And I don't want to fluff a channel up because I started on a certain path. I almost feel like I did what I got the stuff off my chest in 2020. There's still stuff that frustrates me, but sometimes I talk to normies and I realize, I'm the one seeking a lot of this information because of the channel. There's people who don't know about a lot of stuff that all of us, spam in our heads. And shit, even everyone was watching Kyle Rittenhouse stuff. I didn't even know when I was talking about it yesterday that the damn verdict had happened. I was just talking about the strength of what was happening. Yeah, that's why I switched to mute. I just played a different song. I'm gonna try to play different songs. Maybe I'll get got for copyright, but as I come in, and I'll probably mix in my stuff. I gotta make more stuff, but I gotta try to do something fresh. Some shows feel like they're on repeat. Let me actually read your comment, Nova Iro. Some shows feel like they're on repeat all the time. Some of them they find charm, and some of them are simply boring because the hosts never open up a window and let fresh air in. Like Blacklist. That's a solid example. I was thinking Boardwalk Empire is another one. Arrow, if you like that, Arrow told the story first couple seasons, had nothing else to do. There's a few shows like that. And Hell Wookie, Hell Code Era, Hell Pat Ass again, Noble, all you guys. Anyone who's watching the playback. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. But maybe I've told the story. Maybe Vigilante Williamson was just supposed to rant about how crazy 2020 was like everybody else. And that's it. But then it's like, nah, I don't know. I want to be the two things I wanted to do when I was a kid was broadcasting the music, and I really want to get back into doing those things, even if it's hobbyistic. But I don't want to quit, even though this fucking platform makes me want to quit. I don't want to quit. And I think about how I think about music. I'm willing to like relearn because I'm a decent keyboardist, but I'm a shitty guitarist. I'm trying to learn guitar. I'm a shitty keyboardist, honestly, too. And make beats and shit, sample shit sometimes, all sorts of shit. But I'm trying to get better at music, and I'm trying to have it. I'm willing to take years of my life just to get better at music, irregardless of whether any of the shit ever gets released or if it's just beats I play on these streams or whatever. Regardless, because I want to. And I got to get this in that same vein. I got to do this because I want to, not because I'm expecting the result, not because I want to satisfy what I think people want to hear, and I don't even know what it is. It might still be the same subject, but whatever it is, it has to come from authentic place. And I can't let the fact that this algorithm, which I do think is holding me down, I can't use that as an excuse. I can still find something in this, and I gotta not quit. Noble Iro says he finds his channel fresh, never stuck in the rut. I'm glad you think so, Noble Iro. I always feel stuck in the rut. And I don't think I've been trying to cover it more authentic, I didn't talk. I haven't been spamming the Alec Baldwin thing. Shit, I'm not even somebody who has this, oh my God, he's anti-Trump, so I should hate Alec Baldwin. I should learn the guitar. I have a guitar. And you know, there's the famous it's the MS 101. If I hope it's I've been up all night, so if it ain't MS 101, SH 101. SH 101. That's the Roland is a synth, but they had a keytar attachment. It really wasn't the main keytar that when you think of keytar, but it was a synth, but it had a keytar attachment. There's a reissue of that. But I mean, I would use it as a synth. I really would. But I don't know. It'd be a cool thing. Hell, Fenrir. Fenrir. Cold Air says, hey to Fenrir. Fenrir's a triple OG. I appreciate you being here. But yeah, man. This this algorithm gets to me. The suppression gets to me. And then it just feels like, well, why am I doing this? And I you know what? There's parts of it is fun. It is still fun. But I got to work on answering that question, but I can't quit. And I was thinking about yeah, Jake D's still here. It's been a long time. Shouldn't have left you without a dope beat to step to. I've been thinking about. It's funny. I was feeling like I said this is still going to be some, some existential BS. But I was really like, man, I was going to come on this stream and talk about, man, I just want to quit. I just want to quit. I just want to quit. And then I saw we're going to show the meme of the day. The ghost of Jake D's haunting the algorithms. Halloween's already passed though, so I guess no spookiness. But no, I don't know how the hell the algorithm. Much shit I want to talk about it. This is positive, and this is a movie I saw, and we've talked about this series a bunch of times. This is the meme of the day. It's not really a meme. Yeah, this shit hit hard. This scene hit hard because of what Rocky. This is from Rocky Balboa, which is kind of one of the underrated movies out of the series. It's really good. It's really good. I part of the reason I want to quit. I don't know what am I talking about. Okay, you know what? Let's use this as a jumping off point. Noble Iro says, I stopped watching Flashcast because Yellow Flash started squeezing the Rush story for over 2 weeks. After that, he started yelling in his videos, and I finally let him go. Cold Era says, I quit watching Yellow Flash. So I've never, I guess as a member of the chat, I've interacted with Yellow Flash. Outside that, I've never had a conversation with him because I've been in his Twitch chats before. But in his Twitch chats, well, a lot of times, some few people he'll interact with me and interact with people there. When he'll do like I don't know if he still does it, but I for a while I was in like I've watched I rewatched a lot of Star Trek stuff because he was doing all these Star Trek movies, and the Amazon Prime thing or whatever. So that is my only interaction with Yellow Flash. I know it's a kind of a tangent, but he does the whatever those Amazon Prime watch parties they do on Twitch. You have to have Amazon Prime in order to do it, but if you do, you can watch a movie together. And then I was watching a movie. He was watching a lot of Star Trek. He watched Face Off, the Punch, a bunch of movies he watched. I would be in the chats. This is probably last year, so that's my interaction with him. I couldn't tell you if he remembers me or not. But without knowing him, I'm just gonna guesstimate from what I know for my own self as a YouTuber and what I can see. The reason he milked that Rush story was for clicks. I'm not saying that in to disparage him, by the way, because the reason I hired Weight Down was for the hope that I would get enough videos to trick the algorithm to get more people to watch me. That's why I did it. You know what I mean? I'm no different. I'm not saying this to disparage him. But yeah, almost corporate like. And this is why when YouTube, it seems like when YouTubers get to a certain point, it gets stale. So to answer the question, why do I want to quit? Is I don't feel this is authentic, and this is too hard to not be authentic. It's too hard, but I'm not going to. We're going to play this scene. We'll get this. As I was seeing it, I was like, nah, I can't. And we'll talk about that because I don't care. One of the things I don't give a fuck about this modern entertainment industry. I don't even give a fuck to laugh at it. I don't care to. I just don't care anymore. And I still care about the past. This shit hasn't affected my love of Star Wars and all the shit I like. Fuck that. You kidding me? But I don't give a shit what they do. They can make Superman gay. They can kill Clark Kent. Who gives a fuck? That's a mean thing. But I'm sick of platforming their idiocy. I'm sick of giving them even a corner of mind space rent free. I don't give a fuck. It's not for me to do. There are other people, let them do that. It's not for me to complain about a bunch of motherfuckers woken shit up. That's other people's jobs. Because I couldn't give a fuck anymore. I couldn't. And to act like I do, I can't hardly even watch people talk about it. So why am I gotta switch something up. I gotta be more authentic. I don't necessarily gotta be. Yesterday was a cool episode. I like just making fun of that stupid thing, that stupid stepdad short. That was fun. But at the same time, we start talking like about the Kyle Rittenhouse, just talking to you guys. And oh shit, I dead named him. I'm not supposed to dead name him. Fuck. I just thought about it. I'm not supposed to dead name my alleged assistant. I forgot about that. But man, I don't want to just be another creator just going through because it's affecting me. It's affecting me that this algorithm does. Where if I came to it with the same like I don't give a shit, I'm in no rush to do music. But I'm still practicing. I'm still playing. I'm still messing around. But I'm in no rush to make an album tomorrow. But I am in this rush to constantly do stuff. So after I listened to this speech, it just helped clarify things. And I'll read some of your comments, but let's play the quote unquote meme today. It's really not the meme today. It's kind of motivational speech of the day. So shout out to Rocky Balboa, aka Sylvester Stallone. And I don't know. I think he was part of the writer staff for this. So he's been part of the writing, obviously of the original. He wrote the original. And then he kind of just focused on acting. But I think with a lot of the more recent Rambo, when I say recent, the past 20 years, Rambo and Rocky films, I think he's got back of in a part of the writing. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong if he made a part of writing, but whoever wrote the scene, and shout out to not only Slash Stallone, but the guy playing the son, Milo, whatever. Really good scene. So let's play it, and maybe I'll get struck. So if you're watching this playback and this is clipped out, that's why. But go ahead. It says Rocky Balboa's speech to his son. Listen to it every day if you want to search it. It's a cool thing, so I'm about to get out the way and play it. And hopefully you guys can hear it. So I'm only pausing temporarily just because I'm like, if I play the whole thing a minute straight, it might be an issue. But I want to just kind of let it ride. So I'm gonna just go ahead and finish it off. And again, I don't think he says anything in the scene, but he really he comes off like somebody who's listening to his dad, which is what makes the scene beautiful. But I'm gonna let it ride because I like the scene. It's not a boomer situation. It's StreamYard being StreamYard. But one thing that may happen, of course, the scene didn't play. Well, I guess I ain't got to worry about being copyright claim. So I'm not gonna spaz like I did a couple weeks ago, whenever it is. I'm just gonna reshare it and hope for the best. Sometimes when I click the audio button, it works. Sometimes it don't. I don't think the music played earlier. That's just how it goes. That's how it goes in the Wacky World StreamYard. All right, let's start it from the top. Let's see if you guys can hear me. Hear it.
The time come for you to be your own man and take on the world, and you did. But somewhere along the line, you changed. You stopped being you. You let people stick a finger in your face and tell you're no good.
Can
And
you
when
guys
things
hear it
got
now?
hard, you started looking for something to blame,
Okay.
like a big shadow. Let me tell you something you already know. The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place, and I don't care how tough you are, it will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. You, me, or nobody is gonna hit as hard as life. But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done. Now, if you know what you're worth, now go out and get what you're worth. But you got to be willing to take the hits and not pointing fingers saying you ain't where you want to be because of him or her or anybody. Cowards do that, and that ain't you. You're better than that.
All right. That's it. It's about to get real motivational. But yeah, we got it this time. I'm not about to rant. I'm just gonna probably just. I gotta figure something out. Which listen, people are able to use OBS. I used OBS before. I'm just gonna have to go back to OBS. Like I'm just gonna stop paying StreamYard. I'm not. I'm I'm past. Aren't there stages of grief? I'm at acceptance with StreamYard. I'm at acceptance with StreamYard, so I'm not mad. It's just all right. I'm just not gonna use this shit. I'm gonna have to learn another way. But what I realized, and I dead named him my anonymous assistant, um, and Brandon, the Infinite Wolf, aka GoGo 13, lost their channels. My anonymous assistant has to stay anonymous. It's that deep. And I don't even know if I was supposed to say that. But they lost their channels. And I think about, man, what if I lose my channel? That's why I have to separate monetization from my mind. Because if I think like that, I'll let off the gas. I'll think that, and like, no. If they take this channel, I already have a backup channel, Vigilante Williamson Vengeance. I haven't done anything with it, but I'll just use that. They take that channel, I'll just do something else. Because this can't be about if it becomes successful, God, you know what? I'm blessed. I'm already blessed in a lot of ways anyway. But this has to be because I want to do it. It's almost like Batman Forever, Vigilante Williamson Forever. It's got to be because I want to do it. And I got to find that. And you know what? Be patient with me. Pardon my dust. And you know what? There has been a lot of dust. This channel has gone through different renovations. I never got that damn. And I got to get can't say his name. Got to get him probably to help. But I never got my review out, even though the audios are recorded from it. Vengeance Lanty. We'll come up with something. It has to be a bonus. It has to be a bonus. Can't be an expectation, and I can't let it corrupt what I'm trying to do. And I gotta learn. Hey, if I'm just talking about a bunch of shit because I think it's gonna vibe with people, then it's not gonna vigilante. I like it. Well, we already got backup channels. Maybe I should get those backup channels set. So if they take this one down because I say something they don't like, oh well. I still want to talk my shit about a lot of shit that's going on, but I can't keep covering stuff I don't want to. Yeah, that scene is fucking great. That scene is so great. That's why it was worth replaying. I got to see it twice. Man, like I said, just Milo, even him not saying it, that looked like an authentic conversation between the father and the son. That felt like an authentic conversation between the father and the son. And it's something that we all need to hear a lot. Life ain't sunshine and roses. And it hits hard to any of us. I might mess it up, but it was like you can go out and get it, but you got to be willing to take the hits. That's the thing. You got to be willing to take the hits. That's such a good metaphor for success. You got to be willing to take the hits. Whatever you do, you got to be willing to fail to succeed. You got to be willing to put yourself out there in order to do something well. And if I'm approaching this too much like a business, then I'm gonna fuck it up and I'm gonna burn myself out. And it's just gonna be work on top of work. It's instead of being something that's fun to help me escape from work, which at times this channel has been. It's just gonna be more work. And yeah, it's work at times. And some of the stuff I've covered has been depressing. But that's another reason. I gotta reshape the channel. I have to make this a little bit more fun. Still keep some of that the energy of talking about how fucked up this world is. But I can't live off of that. And I can't be trying to, I don't know. I don't know. Everyone finds a specialty. I'm sure you find yours. Yeah, I gotta find mine. Watch another quarterback Odyssey, a quarterback stream on Odyssey. He's taking transition to other platforms seriously. That's another thing. It's probably smooth to do, and maybe that's something I need to do. I was on Odyssey. I still am on Odyssey. In fact, I haven't even checked my Odyssey in a while, but I think all these videos have been posted up there. For all the fuck I know, I'm big on Odyssey. Shows you what the fuck I'm doing. Got several friends that need to hear that Rocky message and take it to heart. Yeah, we all do sometimes. We all do. I'm about to check my Odyssey. I'm going to check my Odyssey. I haven't checked. We can check it together. I'm going to log in and then show you guys my Odyssey. See how successful or unsuccessful I am. Because I'm like, I haven't fucking. Excuse me. I haven't checked this damn thing in forever. But all my video, unless the link could have been broken. But if it hasn't been. Jesus. Boomer. Alrighty. Sorry to boomer and log in. I want to see what my Odyssey is. But yeah, I don't want to be authentic. I don't want to be fake. I don't want to act like I care. I mean, the culture war still interests me. But I gotta find something more that makes this more man. Makes this more authentic. And not to say this has been fraudulent, but it's not come from the right place. And that's what's messing me up. And that's why I feel in part, I mean, some of it's burnout, man. I'm burnt out as shit with this job. So let's see what my channel's like. What if I got 30 followers? I don't think I had that last time. Some views, these things got nah. Not ain't a ton of views. Not a ton of views. In fact, I mean, it's a lot of views with no views. I got more followers. So Odyssey's not doing much, man. Because a lot of these videos posted up there on a regular basis and didn't move the needle over there either. So for the past month, I've been posting videos on Odyssey heavily without knowing it and forgetting it. I forgot to show you guys. Let me show you guys. Let's show you guys. You guys can see too. Um, let's share. Okay. So here's my Odyssey. There you go. Got the old banner. This is all the videos that's posted on YouTube are posted on Odyssey. Is the views not doing too well? Some of these videos no views. So I mean, I just want to talk about this platform. I'm still outperforming on this platform compared to Odyssey. So this is everything I put on Odyssey. I mean, it doesn't cache the live streams for whatever reason. It only caches the clips and the videos. But yeah, not really much success there. Woo woo stream, no one. Well, doesn't Doomcock do one? Doesn't he do a woo woo show? Just find me there and follow. I appreciate it, no Byron. I'm glad. Yeah, I'm glad you support Alt Tech, man. Somebody has to. But I think Doomcock does one. Can I also be honest? I hope I mean this for no disrespect. I like a lot of these creators, man. That helped me. That's why I started creating. The three creators that probably had the most influence on me starting were Young Ripper, Doomcock, and Gary. But the fact that the way that shit ended still bothers me. It still bugs the shit out of me. I really like the Inquisition. I really like that show. I like that show more than FNT. I really did. I like the Exozone. I hate that's just done and then there's a different like I'm not knocking Piercing the Veil. And honestly, I haven't, like I said, just like I haven't watched a lot of FNT. I watched some Doomcock. I'll sometimes lurk in the stream, but I haven't watched a ton. I just wanted what we had, and it just sucks that that's not there. It just sucks. Oof, solid one. See, there you go. That's just it. Just man, I don't want to talk ill of the other creators, man. I just wish that was handled. I just wish that was handled smoother. I just really do. I really, really do. And I'm not saying that to start stuff. I know everyone has their own opinion on what happened. I just wish it was handled smoother. Um, because it's like, damn, man, that was a really it was a lot of good content that we're not gonna get anymore. It sucks. Yeah, I did too. Aliens. We can do woo woo. Hell, my stream's damn near woo woo with all the elites talk, globalist talk. Um, but yeah, but that was unfortunate. But what do you do? What do you do? You know something? Nothing in this life is guaranteed. Nothing lasts forever. Nothing does. Nothing does. And if there's anything that becomes obvious with aging, is that those moments that you had, you can never get back, and so forth. The moments that you're having, you'll never get back. Like now, I'll never be in this situation that I'm in again once it passes. Once this moment passes, or once this era, this cold era, so to speak, passes, it can never be again. You can never go back. So you got to appreciate what you have when you have it. So as much as I didn't, hopefully I didn't step on any toes criticizing it, but I also got to thank both guys for giving us what we got, because you kind of got to appreciate everything you have, man. You got to appreciate everything you have. And I'm appreciative of you guys. You guys listen to me rant. Listening rant. Yeah, Exozone was awesome. You can't fake chemistry, man. And honestly, I don't know if panels panels need to gain chemistry, and they have to be, so it's going to take months and months and months for any panel to gain the chemistry to it. I mean, you just saw the MFer, complete madhouse, but now there is starting to be a little bit more of a chemistry, because I've streamed with that same crew of guys for a little bit, and yeah, it's just some changes, but now we're starting to kind of, I mean, it's still the cacophony of voices, right? Tons of that, tons of that, but it's actually getting better. Believe it or not, it's still a mess, but it's getting better because we've done it more often, and it's gonna be better 5 months from now than it is now. Just so I'll give Pearson the Veil time, and I'll give what's the other one, the pop culture breakdown. I'll give them both time. I'll give them time to be best. Always live your best life. Yeah, exactly. That's all you can do, Ruben Christopher Haynes. But tis. Only thing we can do is our own inquisition. But tis. VW, do you have any funny story for your past you can share? I do. In the 70s, my dad was a smoker. Threw out lit cigarettes from a car while driving home, which was in the country. Through equals through. Uh yeah, some panel members changed. There was a new, but I guess me, Matt, Red Shirt, Nick Weiser, and Tom. Sometimes Comics Division and Culture are there. And hell, I'm not always there. Sometimes Pat S is kind of new. There are changes, but there's like a core of about 4 or 5 of us that are just starting to get a little bit closer together, more than we were months ago. And months from now, we'll be a little bit further. It takes time. Not only does nothing last forever, nothing happens overnight. Things take time. So I could be a little bit critical of Pearson Neville. And if Doomcock ever listens, I don't know if he will. No disrespect. You obviously were influenced. I obviously care about your content quite a bit. But I mean, I'm just It's come up, and it did impact the whole. All this shit impacted the whole community. I can't say that this isn't a part of the reason. I think a lot of the reason I don't watch a lot of stuff now is because I'm uninterested. But the something in the energy, it just doesn't feel the same. It just doesn't feel quite the same. And I mean, I know I'm not the only one to say that. That's what I mean by if I'm trying to be, the most PC guy and the most, I don't want to. If I'm trying to think with the wrong thoughts, if I'm thinking more monetization, well, I don't want to ruffle any feathers in this. I love everybody, man. If someone gets mad, it is what it is. I'm not saying this. I'm not saying this to be me, but that fucked up a lot of the community to me, and I don't think I'm the only one who thinks that. I know I'm not. I know I'm not, and it just sucks. And I'm not even to blame. So I'm here to help others with tech, content creation, building ideas, growing fellowship of men and women who want to be leaders and mentors. Oh, that's so noble. Almost as noble and viral. Could you imagine how stupid it was? Lives in this country, risk starting fire that could burn down his own home. Oh, you talking about the cigarette story? It's pretty wild. But a lot of people do that. Cause I lived out in the country and people do that. Oh, charging panel members. I thought you said changing. I'm sorry. That's me misreading the super chat. Yeah. A lot of people were paying super chat. I didn't pay a damn thing. I love Matt, but not a show member. Made opening act at best. Well, you learn. Things take time. Doomcock, wish him the best. Wish him the absolute best. Wish everybody the absolute best, man. Wish everyone the absolute best. Just wish the division didn't happen. Wish the energy felt the same. You're still fellowship, still an alliance. Still people are cool. But there was a sour taste in that. But that's not really what this stream was about. It's kind of a tangent. And hey, rough girl, what's up? What's up? But yeah, I don't want to be inauthentic. I don't want to create this I don't want to come from the wrong place. And actually, something else I wanted to show you. I want to show you the stories I don't want to cover. Let's just go through basically a prep show that I'm not really going to talk about. So let's let's start with this one. This is stupid. And actually, you know what, Ruben Christopher Haynes, forgive me. I drunk a lot and I haven't slept since. You were the one who said something about Shang-Chi, right? And I was almost with you. The first 40 minutes of Shang-Chi, pretty good. Yeah, everyone needs a big old hug. I hope people can reconcile. I really do. I really hope people can reconcile. But you were talking about Shang-Chi. You said it was better than or as good as Iron Man and Doctor Strange. If it was you, it could have been someone else. And like I said, I apologize if it is. But that was said. Somebody in the chat, if it was Ruben Christopher Haynes or somebody else, Hayes or Haynes? Haynes, I got it right. I disagree with Iron Man. I think Iron Man is yes, it was you. Yes. I disagree with Iron Man. I think Iron Man is a case of like being the influence and everybody rips it off. And then you forget how cool it was when it first happened. Because everything ripped off Iron Man. As far as the MCU, like that was they just kept remaking Iron Man. So you do but I did not like Doctor Strange. I just didn't. I thought that was so overrated. I just didn't like it. It was a lot of CG, a lot of spectacle, but it was just nothing. It was just a whole lot of nothing. And so what the fuck is the point of talking about Benedict Cumberbatch who came? Oh, Doctor Strange is dated a sexist character. Okay, of course he does. No, of course, yep, he's dating a sexist. Next story. I could talk a little bit about this. I like Henry Cavill. I think he could play Superman. He hasn't had a chance yet. But it's like talk about the Black Superman. Oh, it's exciting. But one thing I want to say, I almost wonder because Henry could be subtle if he wasn't slightly taking a slight, no pun intended, with everything going on, jab. He says, Cavill says exciting. Superman can be portrayed in a new light. It's far more than skin color. Superman's an ideal. Superman's an extraordinary thing that lives within their hearts. Why not have multiple Superman? Joaquin Phoenix did a wonderful Joker movie. So what if it's not tied to the rest of the franchise? Basically saying they have multiple Superman comic books at storylines at the same time. So this little comment to me, and this is what I was going to talk about, and I'm talking about it a little bit now because it does interest me. And I guess the franchise is a author adaptation, but he probably said it. So what if it's not tied to the rest of it? Meaning, what you guys are doing is cool, it's fun, it's exciting, but it's not really what the real shit. You can do your play Superman all you want, but you're not really Superman. That's what I'm taking off of this. But he can't just say that, just like he can't tell you The Witcher is woke, but he can. You know what I mean? Maybe I'm reading into it too much. Maybe I'm not. You guys tell me. I don't want to just be some crazy, always reading in the shit ass motherfucker who's always just, oh, this is this. No, I'm not trying to be that. But that's what I thought. I could talk about it. I could talk about, oh, Black Superman complain. Why? Why? If something good, if some good entertainment comes out, I'm sure somebody will tell me. I'm sure it'll go. Hell, there's good entertainment that I still haven't checked out. There's stuff that people have recommended to me. I still haven't checked out. So I don't really need to give a fuck about what's new. I really don't. We are now in the country a critical mass of the military-industrial complex dividing us. Yes, I said that, and yes, that's the case. It's always been a military-industrial complex. The entertainment industry or the entertainment mediums, the mediums of entertainment, whether it was the radio or television, were founded by the military-industrial complex. Rather, every company, every big tech company, whether it was IBM or Microsoft or Facebook, all had to go through the military industrial complex. It ain't coincidence. I think the Winter Soldier is the best Disney had to offer, and you know what? I also think the Winter Soldier may be a predictive programming. Unfortunately, while we're at it, talking about the military industrial complex, but yeah, I think that was the best. That was the best Marvel movie to me. I still think that was the best Marvel movie. And I think that was right as Disney, because like the Marvel thing's weird. The deal was signed, I want to say 2009 or 2012, but it took them a while to actually start doing them, if I remember, because some of the movies had already started production, similar to just like what we just saw with the Discovery Warner Brothers. Like the Batman had already started, and then there was a merger. So like whatever happens with Discovery, they didn't really impact the Batman, even though it's just coming out. So it took a while for them to really get an impact. And I think I don't even know if they did impact the Winter Soldier or if that was one of the early ones. VW Signs, you want to create your own positive? That means something. Yeah, hey, I always cover positive news. I still do that. I love me some Winter Soldier. Cool. Hello to Tree Rock Creations. Did I say hi? I'm tired. If I didn't say hi, Tree Rock Creations, you're here. Hit me with some cool stuff. Thank you, bro. Only thing reason you want Cavill as Captain Britain is for Psylocke. Shout out to Psylocke. I'll take Cavill anyway he lets me. Oh boy. Here comes the Cavill simping. It is sad. We need to have some empathy for adult pretenders. They say what they say because they're just our court jesters. They're paid to distract us and keep us asleep. Absolutely. Absolutely. And hey, I don't want to become this, man. I don't want to become this. Let me tell you another story that I'm not going to cover, but I do want to talk about real quick. It's sad. Sad. I was going to talk about the Travis Scott thing. I was going to go into conspiracy theories on that. A lot of people have reported feeling demonic energy around there. Hell, energy's real. Regardless of whether this, such a dildo gives me crap, Illuminati. It doesn't have to be Illuminati. A lot of these people just believe in some really fucked up spiritual beliefs. Just fucking with that can cause a bad energy and cause something. But then I was going to, talk about something like this. I didn't even see this story personally. But, with the monetization mindset, grow grow your YouTube channel, gotta do stuff. Like, well, I gotta find different news outlets. I don't want to cover the same news outlets. Came across this news without politics. I'm not sure. Maybe I will use it going forward. But I found this story that doesn't have a political slant, that doesn't have us versus them thing, and it's just sad. Apparently, almost 100 people died in an explosion in Sierra Leone. It reminds me of years ago. It was like a collapse in Bangladesh. Was it Bangladesh? That's sad. I forgot the country, but a lot of people passed. It was a factory collapse, and if it wasn't Bangladesh, and you guys remember, please let me know. I'm like, wow, hundreds of people just lost their lives just like that because a fuel tanker exploded in a crowded area. Wow, that's not even. I mean, I'm not sure what quality their fuel tankers are, but it's not like a nightmare situation like that couldn't happen here if a crowded area happened. It's just a freak thing. And it's sad. And people pass. I don't want to talk about this and try to get monetization off of this. This is sad. That's what the news does. That's how they became the news. We were talking on the MFer. Oh yeah, the academic entertainment media complex. I consider each one a separate complex. The entertainment industrial complex, the media industrial complex, and the academic industrial complex. We were talking about characters. Whether it's that cocksucker Carcetti off The Wire, which is a great show. You should watch. I probably need to rewatch. And maybe that's something I can bring back reviews. But or I forgot what character he was talking about. But characters that start off with good intentions that get corrupted. The worst thing humans could ever do is think that they're above being influenced, being corrupted, being radicalized, being anything, being brainwashed. Yes, you can be brainwashed. I know you guys think you can't. Yes, you can. Each one of us, and you have to be aware of that to make sure it doesn't happen. You have to acknowledge that to make sure it doesn't happen. Anyone, I'm sure you look at whatever blue hair. I always say the blue hair Landwell, but the blue hair SJWs, you look at them like, whoa, they're fucking crazy. Don't think for a minute that you can't be brainwashed to something in that same regard. Don't think for a minute, and make sure that you haven't been already. Make sure you haven't been radicalized. I played the damn meme yesterday, Sonic and Shadow, which was based off a real tweet. Somebody talking about speed running is why the radical left speed runs in games. Talking about Peter Sony and shit. I'm like, who the fuck uses that term, Peter Sony? It was just the joke is how radicalized he is on the right. Like, because and that's another thing. Stop giving shit that you hate space in your mind rent free. That's what they did for 4 years. About some orange motherfucker who was on The Apprentice. Some orange Freemason that was on The Apprentice. They gave that motherfucker 4+ years, and they're still giving him mind space rent free. Why? That's what he was designed to do. But why? You don't have to do that. Winter Soldier was the best character-based film. Yeah, but I think it's the best overall. I know people will fight me. A lot of people like Infinity War. I had flaws in Infinity War, but I like Thanos' story. I think most people do. Shanakless P. Oh, yeah, Shanakless P that said that. I just read the comment. Yeah, so Shanakless P. It shows you how much attention I pay. And I am tired. Like I said, I haven't been asleep since the MFer. I appreciate you guys being here with me. Sound like it's Captain Britain's sister in the comics. Ah, I see. That makes sense. Who do you think they would have play Salah? Fucking what was it, Olivia Nunn? She kind of looked the part, and she was thicker than a Snicker. Just happy to be alive. Yeah. Decided to do content is going to be different. If no one watches, they just don't. I have to keep me happy. That's how I got to be with my content. And a lot of times I'm not just trying to say this has all been fake, but I think I lost myself along the way. I lost it. So I played that clip. You lost yourself along the way because I'm trying to be something that maybe it's not in the cards for me. Maybe if I would have came along in 2018, 2019 to work, and it won't now. Okay, I got to accept that and do the best I can. Great Reset, global socialism push. It's not conspiracy theories, man. No, it's not. No, it's not. I want to ask, since your dildo gives me shit, I don't know if he's probably finally asleep. But it's like, hey, do you think, are you one of those people that think Epstein killed himself? I don't know how many people exist like that. Like, what do you think is going on here? You think this is a game? This is not a dance. I agree. The Winter Soldier is the best because it's what's happening real. Because in reality, an evil organization is the parasite. A parasite of wokeness is a cancer of humanity. It wants to hate each other. I was talking about the drone strikes at the end. I'm worried about that shit. But you're right. It's an evil organization that's like kind of a parasite in society. But it's been here for a while, and they've done so much damage to society. That's another thing. Am I trying to save society? Do I think as one person I can save society? Is that even a noble goal? Man can't direct his own step. All empires fall. It sucks. We have to be the generation to pick up the pieces from this one, because only God knows what it's going to be. But that's just how it is. And 3 days and wake up, not thinking about YouTube paying me, here to help others and be a blessing. There you go. And yeah, outside the sun is shining and it's beautiful outside. The sun will come out tomorrow. You're on season 5 of The Wire. Hey, season 4 with those damn kids. Kids were okay. But I think the first 3 seasons are the best 3. Season 5, I want to see what you think about it. I still like season 5, but there's some. I don't want to spoil. Watch season 5. I think it's still worth watching. By no means is this a Game of Thrones situation or an expand, like nothing like that. But the first seasons are so good. First 2 especially are so good. Definitely living rent free and in their heads rent free. Definitely. I admit I'm naive even for my age because I want to believe in people. In the end, all I need to do is believe in yourself. What's nothing wrong with being a little naive. And what I mean is, man, we still got to be human. One thing that's happened over the past 20, 30 years of society, and not to say that society was just this warm place where buttercups and rainbows existed, but we've become a little less human and a little more mechanical about the way we move in life. And some of that's protection, some of that's necessary, right? But like, you should never lose. We should never lose our ability to react like humans do, and some of that is believing in people. You should want to believe in people. You should want people to do their best. You got to be cautious enough to protect yourself. But yeah, is it 4 p.m. there? Buzz is not sleeping. Well, I beg to differ. I think it's because it's 4 p.m. He is sleeping. Yeah, about over 100 years. I say when the Fed started, probably really Reconstruction. Probably really, you know what? The whole fucking thing's been kind of a work. The whole fucking country's been kind of a work. But definitely the past 100 for sure. When they create the Fed, and now the gold standard ended and the silver standard ended, and you introduce inflation. Once you introduce inflation, and they're trying to say it's good while trying to have a fight for 15, but I mean, hey, they educated the people to be what they are. That's what they educated us to be. We were bred to be sheep. But once you introduce the concept of inflation, you destroy a society slowly but surely. That in and of itself creates so much entropy, let alone all the societal attacks on mores, on morality, all the use of other people's plight for your own gain. It's just been a crazy 100 years. And you know what? The next 100 years, if society lasts that long, or however, whatever humans do, it's going to be crazy because humans are fucking nuts. Think about those who oppose the creation of the Federal Reserve, a private global bank. They died 1912 in the Titanic. In 1913, the Fed was born. Whoa! So you're telling me the Titanic was a the Titanic hashtag the Titanic didn't sink itself? I didn't know that people opposed the fair were on the Titanic. That's wild. I gotta do my research on that. That's wild. Big if true. And I believe you, bro. I'm not just if I just gotta do my own research. I gotta always double check stuff. Rough girl, you keep just doing that. It's better to be naive than bitter. Exactly. Exactly. Justin Normie, hey Vigilante. Well, I assume you meant Vigilante, and I appreciate you. Hey Justin Normie. In 1914, World War One started. And yeah, it's born in 1850, starting 1880s, 1900. Yeah. So you know some of the stuff. Because yeah, they sunk the, and I always screw it up. The damn boat that they sunk intentionally to get World War One popped off. I know you know it. I know you know it. Lusitania, and I always screw it up. I always screw up the pronunciation and the spelling of it. But yeah, man. When people use that term that Central Ditto gives me shit for, like it really the one that's operating only really goes back to about the 1800s. For real, for real. Like they talk all this shit, and maybe some of these families link. But when we're talking about what this is, it only really goes back about 200 years ish. Steak is back to being rich man's food. My paycheck is getting more devalued by the week. Exactly. Exactly, man. When the credit card industry marketed debt as a lifestyle. Once we start, think about trying to buy a home. Somebody broke down shit. You know, when minimum wage was $2, a home was 15 grand. Now minimum wage is $7 and a home is 500. Even if you bump it up to 15, I'm no longer opposed to the fight for 15 with just the rate of inflation. You know what? I want a low minimum wage, $15 with the rate of inflation looking like it's looking. I don't think that's a crazy minimum wage anymore. I think inflation's already outpaced that whole concept. It doesn't even seem crazy anymore. That's how bad it's gotten. I got a yep from Ruben Christopher Haynes dropping mad knowledge bombs out in the streets. Titanic didn't Epstein itself. That's what it looks like. That's what it looks like. I gotta research that. I might research that and do a whole episode. Hashtag in the Fed. Maybe that's something to do. You were just talking about the woo stuff. You own nothing, be happy, according to the proponents of the Great Reset. Man, society's just gonna fall. Society's just gonna fall. I hope the AI is on point. But the Fed was created by the Roths, the Red Shields, and all those people who oppose died or got shot. It's funny how that works. It's funny how it works with the those families, huh? The end of World War II. Wait, World War, I guess World War One. Oh, wait, World War II, 1919 Treaty of Versailles was created. Well, yeah, essentially, U.S. became the world police. That's why we're in the position we are. Yep, that's why that military industrial complex is so important. He corrected to World War One. Yeah, you guys saying hey. Everyone saying hey to old rough girl. Shout out to rough girl. Now we're just dropping knowledge bombs. Hey, this is to come to Jesus. This is be honest, man. This is be honest, and that's why you know what? Why are we talking about this stuff? That's why it's like, okay, what am I trying to accomplish by saying this shit? Expressing myself is important. I like talking about the shit. I like cracking jokes with the shit. I like pointing the stuff out. I like learning. I'm learning now. I love learning from you guys. I love learning stuff, and I got stuff to research. I would love to do it now. I feel like I need to do an episode about that. That'd be something to do. And maybe stuff like that, specialty stuff like that is stuff I need to do. We'll figure out what the direction of this channel may be. Titanic had a lot of rich families that died that day. Even had a family, Astro family, which started Indy 500 and owned it, died. The winner of the 500 gets the Astor Cup. Wow. I didn't know that. I haven't. See, you guys are way more into the history. I know a little bit about it, but I didn't know all that. And I gotta dig deep. Deep dive on all that stuff. Oh yeah, your birthday is coming up. Birthday on the 16th, karaoke stream. Got my hair did today. Cool. Let me see. All right there. Same thing happened in Vietnam. get rid of Kennedy, start a war. America blew up a ship, blame the communists. The government did it. Well, when they blamed the communists, they weren't wrong. At least that much was accurate. It's insane, brother. This is an insane world. Kennedy. So they won. When they blamed the communists, they weren't wrong. They just did tell you which ones. Um, this socialism shit's not going to work. You know what's going to happen, and this is what even I'm thinking about. People are just going to stop keeping society functioning. Like that's what they're almost going to do with these damn jabs. Maybe that's why the Supreme Court ruled the way it is. The powers that be say, "Oh shit, this should have just stopped right now." This should have just stopped right now. A lot of motherfuckers are just saying, "Fuck it, we'll just not do anything. We'll just stop societying." I couldn't. I'm blessed to have the position I have, even though it takes so much of my time, and time has become like the most valuable resource. And I hate spending so much of it without like almost any recourse. I'm like, I gotta find something else, even if it pays less. And that's a personal thing I gotta do. So I gotta have more time doing the things I love, and because I gotta figure a way to take care of myself outside this corporate structure. I'm gonna die inside of it. But but I'm blessed to be able to make a decent wage. I couldn't imagine going to work at a grocery store again. And I worked there for like 4 or 5 years when I was younger. I was a kid at a grocery store. I worked at Myers. Shout out to anyone in Michigan, or I think they got them in I know they got them in Ohio and Illinois. I'm not sure anywhere else. I think it's a few other Midwestern states, maybe Indiana. Shout out to Meyer. I worked at Myers when I was younger. I worked at Kroger when I was younger. I even worked a little bit, not that long, at McDonald's. But I couldn't imagine doing that now. Like I'm still relatively young, mid-30s. It's not like there aren't people who aren't my age who are doing it. But especially in this situation, or going like to Publix or a pizza place or working, I couldn't do it. I mean, I even did the DoorDash stuff as recent as last year. And I could probably do that if my car wasn't a shithole. Maybe that's part of the reason the Vigilante Mobile started to break down was the DoorDash shit. Couldn't think of it. But man, I couldn't imagine. I just wouldn't do it. If I was right now the same age and I could just live at home, especially if there was a way of getting a check out of it, man, I just wouldn't do it. And even if it wasn't a way of getting, man. And so what happens if people think that in their truck drivers? What happens when people think that in their, pillars of keeping society running? It's just going to shut down. And like I said, man can't direct their own step. What happens when you motherfuckers finally get what you want? Are you really cool? I know they have wild tech. They got super wild tech. But man, I just see this could be a nightmarish scenario. I don't think the Great Reset is going to install like they think it is. I don't. Try using the editing audio and movie clips. Editing is a lost art form. Yeah, it is. And it's a hard thing to do. That's why I didn't finish my review. I was able to get through the audio part. I was able to edit 17 out of the 30 minutes of it. But man, it's just like to have to do 12 more minutes of footage and edit it. And it's just like, it seems like a nightmare. But hey, it is a lost art. And hey, it's a valuable skill to have if I'm going to do this. Dude, the Fed goes all the way back to Alexander Hamilton. He did. He sure did. You're right. Yeah, Epstein for supporting the central bank back in the day, though. I could do a woo-woo show in the 10-4 mask. I thought about making a 10-4 mask too. It's funny. Who is John Go? Is that one of those books? Either Brave New World or Atlas Shrugged. I can't remember. I haven't read either. I just know of it, anecdotally. Have you ever watched the movie Whose Life Is It Anyway? I've never seen that. Tree Rock Creations. And hey, Sherry, good morning. Good morning, Sherry. Vigilante, I went against my own beliefs to save being terminated. Got the jab. Disappointed in myself. I have a family, and I got a perma ban on Twitter. Don't feel bad, bro. Don't feel bad. It sucks. Because shit, what happens if the Supreme Court rules a certain way? I mean, they already put a thing on it, but these jobs are still doing it. I'm sorry you had to go through that. I'm sorry you had to go through that. But hey, what do you? It sucks. What do you do? What do you do? And fuck Twitter for banning. And I mean, I we talked about normies, and I know you're just a normie. And I keep saying normies don't notice, normies don't notice. And with this jab, still more normies are going to get it than not, especially with these damn mandates. People are like, man, I got to take care of my family, which is the whole point. That's the whole point of these mandates, to force people in that position and see what they're going to do. I think a lot of people are going to not do it. Hey, I don't have a family. I don't have a family. So I will say fuck it, because I'll just shit on the street. Fuck it. I'll figure something out. I could probably sell shit. Not like that, but I have like equipment and stuff to sell, which I don't want to. I'm gonna figure something out, but I have less stuff to worry about because I don't have a family. Everybody with a family shouldn't. You gotta think about your kids. You gotta think about that. So I'm sorry you had to go through that. But I think the moment normies start to get is once those boosters become mandated and they're being basically chemically um, experimented on for all intents and purposes quarterly. How many people are going to quarterly jab themselves? Maybe more than I think, but I think that people are going to start to wake up as that continues. And I'm again very sorry you had to go through that. Those who do not learn from history are doing the repeat or damn to repeat it. And if you don't stand for anything, you'll fall for anything. Or I think you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. I've heard both sayings before. I've been working since 13 on the farm. Totally glad I retired, but thinking I might need a side hustle because they're telling us our tournament isn't guaranteed anymore. At my job, there are dudes in their 20s and far in their careers. I'm in my mid 30s. Hey, you're still doing it. And I mean, that's just how it is. There's younger people on my job, people younger than me. But I mean, I'm just happy to be able to, like I said, even though it stressed me out, it takes too much of my time, and I wish I do want to find something else out of the corporate world. That's the thing. Is like I've hopped around jobs, and I'm realizing, man, the corporate world was not meant for me. It just isn't, and I got to find another way. And again, I can't make the mistake in trying to make this it. I can't make that mistake. I got to find another way though. Me too. Just normally I want to own land, just go out in the middle of nowhere, man. I've been thinking about like, hey, maybe work long enough to get a van or a camper. Just say fuck it. Last week, the company I contract with announced a jab mandate. They wanted immediate status. Jab. Told my wife I was going to lose my job. Next day, they backed off. I'm glad that happened. Trinoculus P. Glad that happened. And it's Atlas Shrugged. I knew it was one of them. I said Brave New World, Atlas Shrugged. Was Atlas Shrugged. And you know what? Atlas has shrugged, by the way. That's what's happened. Atlas has shrugged. Or is going to shrug, or in the process of shrugging. Everybody's not going to be able. Unfortunately, some people are going to have to go like Justin Normie. And you know what? I wish you the best. I don't want to. I'm not a doctor. Shit. There's a lot of millions and millions of people have had it and had no complications or issues. That's as valid as any statistic. As much as I can be anti-mandate, that is a valid thing. Yes, there have been. That's also valid. I'm not a doctor. Uh, but the principle of it is crazy, especially like I said, those boosters. You're talking about doing this either bi-yearly or quarterly. Whew. Yeah, the Gov bought a lot of land. He said what your daddy calls a barefoot babe. There's a link between Lincoln and JFK. Yeah, they both, besides the brains getting splattered. And you never forget, as far as also don't know what it was linked. between the military industrial complex and entertainment industry. Who killed Abraham Lincoln? Actor John Wilkes Booth. And who knows who killed um Kennedy? It may have been a guy who was the director of an organization who got a pretty high position, who was actually there at the time. He may have been the guy in head charge. I don't know. I don't work for any organizations. You got to do your research on that. I know a lot of you people in the chat know who I'm talking about. Actually, that's his dad I'm actually talking about. But anyways, who was JFK linked to? Marilyn Monroe. And hey, if we want to go there, my assistant would let you know she was a beta program sex kitten. So there you go. So yeah, there's that's not even probably the link you're talking about, but that's a link that I found. Oh shit, yeah, you had no chance, bro. Federal contractor. Fuck. I feel pissed for you, man. I feel pissed for you. Yeah, fuck Twitter. Twitter is not real life. Twitter is the worst. I've been saying this since like, listen, I've been on TikTok a few months. It's so much more effective than Twitter. So it's infinitely. Twitter is so fucking useless. If it wasn't for so many boomers that had Twitter that I had to contact, all these boomers, well, really Gen Xers. If they didn't have Twitter, therefore I had to contact them on Twitter, and that's the best place to contact a lot of people I do stuff with. I would not fucking have Twitter. There was a point where I got kicked off of Twitter for I'll set this story. The No Man Must Die, because that when Az got kicked off, I said it too to get kicked off. The only reason I came back is because I looked at my email, and even though they kicked me out of my account, I didn't have access to it. People couldn't see that I was kicked off or there was any issue. So people were emailing me on Twitter or messaging me on Twitter. Shows how much of a boomer I am emailing. They were messaging me on Twitter and I couldn't respond to them. And they just thought I was just ignoring them and shit. So I'm like, let me hop back on. But Twitter is the most useless thing. Jeez. I don't feel bad. Oh man, you had to get it because you need surgery. That's wild. That's wild. You know what? That's more. I gotta get my health together. That's another issue I have. My weight and my mental health are just failing, man. I'm just burning out. I'm huge, and I'm gonna get my. I don't want to need any medical intervention in not in the near future. I want, hopefully, if something happens with the courts, which you don't want to depend on at all, but if ever this situation clears, that would be the biggest blessing. I don't know that it will, though. Atlas Shrugged and The Fountainhead, all great book and parables. Fall under that too. I think they'll eventually exempt remote workers like me, but it'll be too late for most. I'm also working remotely, so I'm not sure if it's that's part of the reason I haven't said anything. Maybe it's just to identify the outliers. We should talk about the people who don't jab. Look at flipping pallets. What flipping pallets? I've never heard of that, Normie. I have a friend that works remotely and is being forced to also. Wow. Right now in the situation myself, wow. I think it'll get changed, but too late to make a difference for most of us. I'm sorry to hear that. And mine is on the edge. I'm not contracted federal, but it does involve a lot of government stuff. So I'm like, but no one said anything yet. So to my doctor, I have diabetes, high allergy, so it took time to review. No, I'm not getting boosted. I'm not getting no boosters either. Everyone should evaluate the risk of the jab. No one should pressure you. Yeah. Jake D, no chance of taking a booster. Listen, I'm not telling nobody not to or to. The fact that you're mandating people put something in their bodies for the rest of their lives, essentially, if we're going to do the booster thing, is absolutely insane. So many normies don't really realize that because they're being a boiled frog. But because that's really what a lot of these normies are. A lot of times, and I've even said, you kind of got to think of them like, I said you got to think of them like the Matrix. Even if we're trying to help these people can turns to agent like the red dress thing in the Matrix. These people that we're trying to help. At least I like to think we're trying to help, or I'm trying to, but I'm really just talking to you guys. But they can be dangerous. At the end of the day, they're just motherfuckers who don't really realize what's going on and think they know. They think they know, but they have no idea. Later, my brother, let's all collect on Twitter or whatever. I'm here to connect with my new family. You are all my brothers and sisters. Let's get to know each other. I'm also here to help you. I appreciate you being here, Ruben Christopher Hayes. I feel like I've seen you in the chat before, but it's been a minute. I'm not sure if you've ever been on my channel, but I've just seen you around because of that name. And obviously, I think, oh my God, I'm so FNT. FNT. But just in general, I've seen you around. Why? An actual sex kitten. Yeah, she was a beta program. Pressure into it by the company, so pissed off, looking for another one outside the military. Contracted to go back in the private sector. Probably is a good idea. You do not want that program because they it's it's a torturous brainwashing into making somebody a sex kitten. Like this is all alleged. Everything I say is alleged. Actually, I don't know if everything I say is alleged. I think something's been confirmed, but for legal purposes, all this is alleged. But it's an alleged process of breaking somebody psychologically so they can become basically, I think the term is robotoid. Basically, they have no ability to control themselves. You control them. Almost, we brought up the Winter Soldier, almost in the Winter Soldier-esque situation, except instead of a killing machine, which there's some women who apparently allegedly could be both, not just a sex kitten, but like a Delta program is what it called, and they're killing machines. So think about that. But yeah, you don't want to go through that. And yeah, wish you the best of luck, Normie, man. That's wild. And yeah, I would too, because listen, this thing, it sucks that you got the jab, but we gotta stop looking at the jab as a singular thing. The boosters and the booster requirements are coming. The definition of fully jabbed is gonna require boosters. So if you don't want to get jabbed again, you're gonna have to get it. And that's to anyone who's dealing with that. This isn't a one-time thing. That's been my issue with this. Is I knew it was never going to be a one-time thing. I knew this was going to be this is why they're going to need a chip to know if you can go into a building, because they got to give you a chip to make sure your status is up to date. So this is why has to be the line. I don't know what's going to happen in society. To me, a lot of this stuff is in the hands of the Most High. It's not, if America falls, listen, if you were there at the fall of Rome, you just saw Rome fall. There's people who had to live through that shit. And it may just be that we're seeing the West fall, and that's just how it is. But if it's not, if the line has to be held, this to me is the line, because once we go back, we're probably already past the point of no return. I feel like we are, but there's no chance of a return after that. No chance. That's what we got. So I wish you the best, Norman. I wish you the best. What question would you ask? You know what question I would ask the current president to answer? I would go full Karen. Can I speak to your manager? I ain't got time to talk to no fucking cashier. Let me speak to your manager. Let me speak to the motherfuckers you're scared of pissing off, that you mentioned that you're always afraid of. I want to talk to them. I don't got time to talk to some old person shitting on himself or some thought who wants to be seen. I need to talk to decision makers. These cashier ass politicians that people even give their energy to. Don't let that motherfucker live. Don't let him live rent free in your head any more than they let the orange man. Don't make the same mistake they did or anyone did. Twitter never changes, man. Twitter, worthless platform. It would suck to lose YouTube, but I would, man, if I got yeeted off Twitter, I wouldn't even try. I wish they would have just yeeted my account. If they yeeted it and people thought, oh man, he's gone, I may have never come back. But because they kind of halfway crooked it, drew me back in just when I think I'm out. Draw me back in. I probably messed up the quote. Just Normie saying the Trinoculus. It's all good, bro. Tell you what, I work at a facility of 13K people, minus 3K of troops. Rest civilians, contractors, I say civilians are leaving in huge numbers. I'm not surprised. Not surprised at all. Especially, I think the military industrial complex. I mean, I don't want to project its political leanings. I gotta guess it's overwhelmingly conservative. I gotta guess. I know it's not entirely by any stretch, but that's what I would guess. Negotiate contracts for a software company. We got caught up in the Fed contractor rule because we do a small amount of software. Oh my God. I don't know. It's amazing that no one said anything about my company. I'm like, when I thought, I'm like, this seems too related to the Fed. And I don't want to talk too much about myself. It's bullshit. Xerox doesn't have any people on site and fell under it. That's complete bullshit. Lost over 100. Find myself trying to eat my emotions, but I'm working on it. That's my problem. I eat my emotions. I just eat, and eat. All right, Far, you're missing the come to Jesus moment, man. We started off talking about, and I appreciate you being here. I talked about the fact that I don't feel like I've been authentic or as authentic as I want to be on this channel. And that, part of that is just having this YouTube mindset. And I think I've let that corrupt me a little bit and corrupt, the time I've even having on the channel. And so that's where the come to Jesus title comes from. Then we talked a little bit about stories I didn't, would have covered normally, but didn't because I'm just tired of spamming the same sort of content. And then we got on to different, not conspiracy theories, really confirmation of how this society got to where it is. And now we're just talking about some of the jab stuff. Poor Wade. I fucking keep dead naming the man. Fuck. Because they got it. They got him. But it's going to suck to edit this because there's not really segments like there are in the normal episodes. And who knows? Maybe this is the new thing. This is more of like a casual. Trinoculus P is an outlier. You all are outliers for being here. I appreciate you being here. Peace. Take care, everyone. Ruben is out. Cool. Peace out, Ruben. You should create more interesting questions on certain things to try to answer yourself, like a crazy YouTube channel, Riddle. I don't think I've heard of Riddle. Take care, Ruben. Yeah, take care. Have a sunny weekend at Ruben Christopher Hayes. Vigilante, look at products from Walmart, Target. They all have Walmart liquidation, offering bulk retail and overstock merchandise, flipping on eBay, Amazon. That's what you mean by flipping pallets. So I've looked into that and I haven't really learned it like that, but I feel like that might be overcrowded, right? You know what though? I probably got a little bit to experiment with it, at least as a side hustle. I've seen people go into dollar stores, buy everything up, flip it on eBay or flip it on Amazon. Buy up books, buy up certain things, flip it. I've seen that. Go on Walmart.com, go on Target.com, go on whatever, flip it. And maybe I got to do more research into it. Maybe that's what we both need to do, so I can get out of my job. Because I don't know if the mandates can come for me. They can come for me any day. Any day they can say it. Any day they can say it. I think they're not because if they lose people, be a nightmare. But yeah, maybe that's the goal for both of us. I gotta look more into it. I've seen it. I just felt like I don't know if I could really do it. But maybe I gotta start. Gotta start somewhere. Yeah, have a good day, Ruben Christopher Hayes. You offered a lot of good conversation, a lot of good topics, and taught me some stuff. I didn't know that the Titanic didn't Epstein and stuff. I've noticed that when you ask for help, very few people come forward. And if you finally try to track you down for help, they ignore you. Unfortunately, I that is the case in a lot of cases. I've been blessed that like my family has always been there for me, and I always try to be there for them. Outside of that, and it's not everyone in the family, but a good, certain my immediate family and a few others. But outside of that, I haven't really had much help except for the community or the fellowship or the alliance. They've helped me tremendously, not just with this channel, but you see all the good advice. People are always trying to be nice. Everybody like this community is I would like to say a rare thing. There's a couple other really cool communities or fellowships or alliances or whatever you want to call it. But it's a rare thing. So this is the one place where I see actual help and positivity. But for the most part, unfortunately, it's the case. Have participated in some medical trials for the QAP, and that's some crazy stuff. Uh-oh. I know you've been a part of the military industrial complex. Do you got superpowers, rough girl? Uh, I got to see the jab trials up front and what parents will put their kids through for money. That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. And that's not a new phenomenon, but I feel like that's been a ratcheted up phenomenon in recent years. Yeah, the West is falling. We're living it. I that's why part of me thinks it's not even the point to sit here and try to save it. That's why a lot of stuff Ripper says makes sense. Like, let's get rid of the federal government. The West is falling. Let's just the United State of Texas and wish for the best. And it may not work, but this is falling either way. It's falling. It can't work. It can't work. And I made you laugh on something because I'm so far behind, and I don't even know what you guys laughed at. I hope I'm funny. I hope I'm entertaining you guys. I hope so. Kind of know some creators will welcome everyone, but they are very deliberate on how they do things. If you have a big spinning wheel, no one else matters. I've seen stuff on YouTube. I gotta do some more research. I gotta do more research. I hate. I don't want to buy a course. Everybody offers those damn courses. You know what? First off, I miss fucking Ogre Squasher as a guy. He was such a good dude, and I miss showing his playing videos. And I miss because I always thought I've always been a fan of flying. I was even a fan of birds, just because the concept of flight is just so cool to me. And if I could have one superpower, it would be to fly. And obviously that comes with like surviving flight and all the details with that. I know if anyone who's thought about Superman flying with Lois, it doesn't make sense. She would be dead. I mean, Superman can survive it, but she'd be fucked. But flight always is always cool. I've always liked Ogre Squasher, and I hope he comes back, and I hope he's good. I emailed him and I didn't get a response. I really just hope he's good. But I hope also that when he did give big super chats, that I didn't ignore anyone. I always try to, I do that to a fault. I try to acknowledge you guys because I know that I ain't shit without you. So I'm always trying to acknowledge you guys, even if I sometimes cut off my own point. Sometimes I'm trying to get better at, what, gotta get through this point and then get to you guys. But yeah, and just Norm again. You're right. I do got to do my research on Flipping Palace. I do got to do my research on it. I never heard it termed like that. But I got to do my research on it. And maybe it's something to do. I got to see if it's still viable now. Maybe it's more viable than ever, but I don't know. I was looking at it actually probably right around the pandemic. I was even looking at Alibaba, and I was trying to get stuff from there. I actually even contacted suppliers a few years ago. Some would respond once or twice, but I was never able to really talk to anybody that was like serious. And I would, actually, I was giving out. If you listen, I was more than willing to figure a way out to make whatever pay, but no one really was serious. They were almost ignoring me. So I was just like, all right, whatever. And then the pandemic happened, and that was it. For anyone who loves the scriptures, Philippians 4:8, guys to peaceful mind. You know what? Let's check it out together. It's starting to finally fade. Uh, let's see. Let's see, because I'm so bad with scripture like numbers. Some of them I remember. So I don't know which translation this is. Let's check it out together. Finally, brothers and sisters, whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think about such things. Whatever you have learned or received or heard from me or seen in me, put into practice, and the God of peace will be with you. Ah, it's pretty peaceful. Thank you, Chinoculus P. I appreciate that. Hope everyone in the chat appreciate it. It's your boy, 24/7 Fusion, 24/7 with 24/7 Fusion Media. How is everyone doing, man? Hope all doing well. Yeah, doing well. I'm doing pretty good, man. I appreciate you being here. Hey, 24. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey. And everyone's saying hey to each other. Godzillionaire showed up. Cool Godzillionaire. Playing jazz. Almost like a sax squatch or whatever, but he's a Godzillionaire. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. A Texas hashtag Texas is gonna happen in the next 10 years. I kind of feel it. I kind of feel it. The only thing that may halt it is the Texodus that's happening. Not Texodus people leaving Texas, but people going into it. I think it could purple things up and maybe complicate that, but we'll see. No, I mean with content creation, good financially. Like I appreciate your onset help. I kind of was referencing that as well, but I'm still trying to get my stream elements is crazy because I want a professional look. I was thinking about a professional look. I think I might be done with StreamYard. I really do. We had the issue earlier with the sound. If you guys watched a couple weeks ago or last week, whatever it was, when I totally lost my shit. I think it was last week. Totally lost my shit after the StreamYard era. And I hate having the little StreamYard logo. I need to get back on camera, which I'll be honest, my weight is as much of a reason I don't get on camera as any damn thing else. That and my background, it just doesn't look right. And I got my room set up to like record and play music, but not to look cool. So I got to figure something out with the look. And I think I need to upgrade the camera as well and just upgrade my look totally. Totally. I think I got to upgrade from the ground up my look, which is why I'm just going with the logo now because I don't think I can provide much better. And hell, Brightest Day. I miss Brightest Day. How can I miss Brightest Day? You helped me do a video this week. One of my more popular ones, the one about Gina. So thank you, Brightest Day, and I appreciate you being here. A great channel. If you haven't subbed to Brightest Day, I don't know what you're doing with your life. Please give Brightest Day a sub. Please do, please do. I think states like Texas, Florida should tell the Fed to fuck themselves. Any states want to preserve the union, join Texas, Florida. That may be it, man. Who knows, man? This world is going to be crazy. Next 10 to 20 years is going to be unimaginable to the way we grew up and were raised. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be a wild ride. Wild ride. There's no courses. You can't learn if you can't learn about YouTube. You can't learn it about it on YouTube for flipping. A lot of maybe you mean can. I don't know what happened to Ogie. I wish I did. I hope he's good, man. He was a good dude. He's a good dude. He spent over a rack trying to make my lives look good. I'm subscribed to Stream Element, StreamYard, owned. I never even heard it owned. Some video editing, a little much. My video editing stuff is free. It's called Resolve, DaVinci Resolve. It is a lot easier to start a business in Texas. It is. You know what, though? To come back to my weight, that's another thing stopping me. One easy, simple business to get going, just get a truck. Just get a truck and you can haul shit out of people. Get a truck and a trailer. You can haul shit out of people's garages. And you can scrap stuff. There's a lot you can do with just a truck and a trailer. But I am so out of shape. And at times, man, especially this year, there's been stretches of this year I was basically disabled as far as my ability to move and function, like walking, like there were a good couple months stretch where I was limping every fucking day, because some leg injury or some back injury. Just like my mobility, that's the word I'm looking for. My mobility was really hampered, and god damn it, I wanted to be a wake up call, but I have a fucking junk food addiction. Just being real, just being real. So that's kind of stopped. That's actually impacted a lot of my work decisions. So I'm in this loop where I eat because of the stress, and I also just eat in general because this is, how I am, kind of a coping mechanism. Eat because of the stress because of the job, and because of that, I can't get another job that would be more physical, but maybe more fulfilling because I'm in such bad shape. I'm in probably the worst shape of my life right now. Not probably, I am with almost a bullet. Texas, I like Texas better. It has a ring to it. Texas is not as blue as they want you to think. I'm worried it might be soon. Well, Maybe not. We'll see. We'll see. Because I mean, a lot of people when they talk about Californians come there, yes, you're gonna have your lefties, Matt Winter. It's kind of a joke. Um, but like most of California outside of the big cities, which actually most of the country outside of the big cities, um, lean a little bit more conservative, um, or at least non-leftist. But it's those big cities. Isn't it weird that it's like that? That the big cities are all super duper liberal and everywhere else isn't. Yeah, it's a great day to be alive. Every day you wake up is a great one, man. It's a miracle that any of us are here. Any of this has happened, and it's a blessing. And I got to remember that. I'm not just saying this to browbeat you guys into appreciating things. I'm saying this to myself too. If you need some artwork made, let me know. I can make banners, thumbnails. I do it all the time for the community. Didn't you reach out to me and ask, and I didn't get back to you for like ever because I'm not only do I not like checking things, sometimes I boomer shit. I boomer shit all the time. So I'm kind of cool with the banner I have. One thing I did think about, if you know how to do green screen backgrounds, that's something that may be of interest because I do have a green screen, but it's not really situated right. Um, but I probably can do something with it. You know what? When I was messing around with my green screen in OBS, I could cut it off, but I'm so big. Again, wait, just being honest. It just fucking didn't look. The look wasn't right. I gotta get my motivation back. I've been skinny before. I've been eating healthy before. I used to eat healthy. There was a point in my life I ate healthy. I'll never forget it. I went a couple years, hadn't had no sugar, hadn't had no I was still chubby because I didn't know everything about, but no candy, no pop. I know y'all call it soda, I call it pop. And then I had a Twix. And I hadn't had a Twix in like 3 or 4 years. And that Twix, I don't know that any Twix had ever been better than that Twix. The first Twix I had after 3 or 4 years. And all of a sudden I was just hooked. Back on the stuff. Back on this fucking poison. StreamYard literally had me crying. Oh, don't cry. I just let it stay online. It hurts to listen to, but it's a learning moment. Yeah, Gina Vitz. Yeah, of course, 69 views. Nice. And hey, all jokes aside with the 69 thing, because who wouldn't want a 69 Gina? That's a lot of views for me. So thank you for commenting and thank you. Jesus Christ. I can't. That bothers me. And YouTube, you're so shitty. You guys are fucking demons. Fucking demons. But thank you to my anonymous assistant. Anyone hear about the governor of Virginia has people who want to move DC and Virginia and he's paying them for it? I didn't hear about that. Yeah, what the fuck? To get your weight off, I know I gotta cut the sugar out. That's what I did the first time. Like I just said, I cut out the pop, I cut out the candy. That was almost it. And I exercised a lot more. And I got into exercising. Drunk a shit ton of water. They knew me from my old job way back when because I used to bring in either like jugs of water or a bunch of bottled water. Drinking tons of water all the damn time. Exercising like 4 or 5 times a week. Well, 3 to 5 times, let's be honest. I got the weight off. And then I found out about intermittent fasting, helped get more weight off. I was in a good place. But then that sugar, like I said, I had a Twix, and look up sugar addiction compared to cocaine. You might be surprised at what you find. No fucking shit. When I had that Twix, bro, something happened, and I just got hardcore back into it to the same extent. And I'm like, how the fuck did I do that? Because I went, it wasn't like, oh, it's just off and you bounce right back, which that's happened to me before too. But it was like a couple years good. And I just fucked it up. Every major city, I think outside of Miami last year for Old Orange Man, and maybe I'm even wrong with that, but pretty much every major city in America is blue. Not just Texas. It's the rural areas that aren't. Perhaps whatever happens to the best of us. Perhaps I just have to do better. Oh, there's a party that does it. I didn't know that. I have to look that up. I have to look that up. Okay, on my iPad now. Cool, cool. Yeah, we all love Virginia. I'll see you the Virginia news clip. Okay, cool. Yeah. ADD medicine will get that weight off easy. Really? Yeah, bread's another killer. Yeah, because bread is nothing but carbs. Bread turns into sugar as soon as you eat it. And it's funny, I know a lot of this stuff. People always tell me it ain't the knowledge, man. It's the mentality. Part of it is it was a tough thing. And I had to be tough on myself. And working out was a huge thing. You realize the reason working out helps you lose weight, yes, it's obviously calories in, calories out. Well, there's other mechanisms you play. Say intermittent fasting can help a lot, or anyone who's the keto diet. There's a reason the keto diet works: the lack of carbs. Your body doesn't have carbs, has to burn off a lot of weight that it has. In general, whether you use an intermittent fasting situation or a fasting simulated diet or a straight keto diet or other diets that de-emphasize carbs, they do it. So yeah, knowledge. It's not the knowledge; it's the motivation. It's the motivation. I don't have the motivation. I can if I wanted to be open. There's some couple of things I think are actually affecting my motivation. Yeah, I love sugar. It makes me feel so good, but disgusting too. Yeah, bro. Before you, because like I said, you get it. Before you know, you're snorting Parmesan cheese. But I don't have any crazy shit on my laptop at least. I have ADHD and my meds make me shaky. Yeah, I don't want to fuck with no meds. Yeah, gotta stay away from that bread. Gotta stay away from that bread. I gotta stay away from the bread. Gotta stay away from the sugar. I have to. Can't focus at all without my medicine. But I love bread, says R5. I gotta stay away from it. I gotta stay away from, like I said, it's not like, the warning signs are there. All I'm doing is setting myself up for diabetes, heart disease, hypertension. I gotta get myself healthy. That's what the process of this whole stream is about. Me getting right. Me getting right in general. Hey, Lex, low spec Linux laptop. If I ever did a fad diet, it'd be paleo. It's another good one. Paleo. A lot of people, it's not quite paleo, the carnivore stuff. It's those carbs. That's what the real thing is. These, and when I say carbs, I'm not talking about the carbs that are in fruit and vegetables, even though some people may have sensitivity. It's these non-natural. I can't remember if it's the simple carbs are bad or the complex carbs. If I remember correctly, complex carbs are good in our fruit and vegetables, and simple carbs are bad, or it's vice versa. That much, like I said, I've been up all night, and so I may have that wrong. But yeah, I do vaguely remember oxygen bars. Whatever happened to those things? Payload. As long as you don't have carbs, man, carbs are the killer. Carbs are the killer. Carbs are the fucking killer. All right, let's you know what I haven't talked about a lot of segments because I didn't want to talk about. We're going to talk about a couple of positive stories before we end. I didn't want to talk about Bennington coming back being a bitch. Why not? Why do you think it's such a war on red meat? Eat more processed crap instead. Yeah, yeah. That processed food is nothing but fucking poison. Oxygen bars didn't paleo themselves. Had oxygen bar here for the tourists, 7,000 feet in elevation. Wow. Ooh, come on, a little bit of bread. See, a little bit of bread goes a long way, and not in a good way. It's fucking. It's a funny thing. We're gonna talk about this story. One of the things inside. What does it say? Scientists found harmful chemicals and fast foods. No shit, Sherlock. Let's get into the story. This is not really much. It's kind of this is more of a positive, less of a positive news, more just kind of a cool anecdote sort of thing. So this European town was built to resemble Lego bricks. That's the whole design of this town. It says the architects at Archtamaka found inspiration in thumbnail sized building blocks for the newest project, Comfort Town, a housing project and Kiev, the Ukraine. So this is a Ukrainian town, Ukrainian part of Kiev, which is not Kiev. I think there's different cities. I'm not Ukrainian. But it's designed to look like Legos. So and it almost looks, like a toy. Would you? I mean, I guess he's a housing project, so they're gonna be all torn down and fucked up. But would you want to live in an apartment that looked like that? I mean, obviously, the housing project destination sucks. I don't know what projects are like in the UK. Uh, I know these projects are projects. They call these projects. What did Jay Z say? He says a lot of bullshit, but he had a great line. He says, why do they call a project? Because it's a project, an experiment, and we're in it only as objects. Um, you ever notice that all these sources, the project system, one of the biggest source of crimes is government. You know what I mean? Everything that's designed to fuck, especially my people, they always want to talk about institutional racism. You guys are the fucking institution. But yeah, it's the government. The government's always there to fuck things up. But in any event, projects aside, the project. How many times we're gonna say that? Please don't drink. Every time I do, you need your liver. It still looks cool. I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know how it is in the Ukraine. I've never been, and with the way travel is, probably will never go. But just kind of a cool story I found. And you know what? I've talked a little bit about work and how crazy that is. This is a cool thing. I wish more places did that. I doubt in this capitalist society, capitalist pigs. Uh, no, it just not in capitalist society, in slave society, because it's not capital. This is like as we've discussed. This is not really a capitalist society. It really hasn't been in any of our lifetimes at all. But in this wicked society, work, if you do have it, because of the crazy worker shortage, you might be a little burnt out, stressed out. Well, Portugal is making it illegal for your boss to text you after work, which I think is cool. Shit. Portugal has banned companies from contacting their employees outside of working hours. The new labor laws approved last week are a response to the rising of those working remotely as a result of the COOF pandemic. However, the modification of the labor code on a right to disconnect applies to all workers, not just those who work remotely. Underneath the new rules, employers will face penalties for contacting workers outside the office hours. Companies will have to help pay for expenses incurred by remote working, such as higher electricity and internet bills. That's crazy. I'm not a fan of regulatory stuff with that. You could just give them a fine, whatever. Employers are also forbidden from monitoring their employees while they work at home. Also, pretty cool. Telework could be a game changer if we profit off the advantage and reduce the disadvantages, says Ana Mendes Garino. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing that name. Portugal's Minister of Labor and Social Security. We consider Portugal one of the best places around the world for digital nomads and remote workers to choose to live in. We want to attract them to Portugal. So that's just a cool story. It's a couple cool stories. A lot of times, I'd rather more heartwarming story, but it's something cool to. And Chick-fil-A had that for breakfast. I could have Chick-fil-A for breakfast. Is it breakfast time? Oh no, it's not breakfast time anymore. I've been going so damn long. So yeah, I've been going 2 hours. Cold air, don't. That's Zaxby's, bro. That's Zaxby's, bro. Let's see. Ooh, yeah, a little bit of bread. Going back to the 10 4 hat territory, America is fat. Well, yeah, this is not 10 4 hat. Sugar in the 50s. First, they attacked fat as a concept, eating fat, which we know that you need a lot of these healthy fats. But they attacked fat, never did anything about sugar when sugar was really the big thing. Also, didn't they switch sugars then? Obviously, they made another switch to high fructose corn syrup, but they may have. I think they even started to bleach sugar around then. Correct me if I'm wrong, Jake D. And feel free to go about your 10 4 hat about the sugar industry. The food industry in general helped get America fat because this they putting all sorts of stuff, and that's another thing that's coming up. They want you to eat bugs. They've been talking about that for a while. The eating bug stuff. I remember it was Nicole Kidman had an advertisement I'm sorry you guys heard that me knock something in and out USB. But Nicole Kidman, this is years ago, did something talking about eating bugs. Yeah, another news, the sky is blue. I don't know what that's in reference to. Didn't mean to rhyme. Macklin made it. Hell, Macklin made it to the stream, and I appreciate it. Bryce Day and I have been doing a carnivore diet for quite some time, and she's lost 63 pounds, but he keeps cheating though. Yeah, carnivore, different stuff. I just don't have the dedication, and I gotta get it. I gotta get it. I have some theories on why that is. Should never give up my Jesus chicken. Oh boy. As a kaiju, those Lego shaped buildings terrify me. Oh man. That's Chick-fil-A Jesus chicken. Chick-fil-A has me getting out of bed for the spicy chicken and lemonade. Man, those spicy chicken sandwiches. I'm gonna tell you how bad it's gone with Chick-fil-A. I'm in there. It's one literally like damn near across the street. I'm in there a couple times a week at least. At least. Fucking. Hopefully I'm not. They don't recognize. They probably do recognize my fat ass. But it's not. When I get the spicy Chick-fil-A sandwich, I'll get like a chicken nugget meal with the what sauce? Polynesian sauce, large lemonade, and then get a separate, just a sandwich, just a spicy chicken. And I just it's easy. It's so easy to crush. Chick-fil-A will remain after Texas happens. Chick-fil-A, see that's how Chick-fil-A is the devil. Chick-fil-A is the devil. That's who it is. I know they are. Jesus, that's what makes it even funnier. Macklin made it. I did that. Lost long, especially eating hard-boiled eggs. That's true. Portugal did decriminalize drugs. If we go back to the Wire, we talked about that earlier. Like New Amsterdam. Was it Amsterdam? Just bought home toasted yolk brisket scramble for the wife and may not eat it until tonight. I didn't even see it. Hell, I don't. I'm not on mas. AM. Appreciate you being here. It is the AM. Boredom, stress, eating at work doesn't help. I'm a stress eater. You cut sugar, I know it. I've done it and felt a lot better. I remember being like, wow, it feels so much different. And I remember drinking the juices, felt so much different. I gotta get that motivation. I need to cut back on the sugar again, putting weight back on, letting myself go. I've let myself go so bad. The pandemic really let that just explode. I was already starting to slide back, and then after the pandemic started, I just stopped caring. Bro, they got drive-through down in the Science. It's 5 blocks long on a Saturday. Man, and people wait for it. They don't care. So my local Chick-fil-A, I'm not sure about every. I use the app. So that way you could just go in and get your food. It used to be if you use the app, you gotta wait for them to bring it out. And I would just wait. It'll still take some time. But now, and it still takes some time to get the food ready, but it's still pretty quick. That's my thing. Eggs are great. Recently got into silicone island maker for the microwave. Take 2 eggs at work and I'm good. Just start boiling crap load of eggs. I don't like pickle juice. I use apple cider vinegar. I've done okay for the past 20 months. I think I only put on 10 pounds. I would consider that, yeah, really good. Compared to a lot of folks, that's nothing. I put on almost 10 times that amount. No lie. I was closer to 300. Now I'm closer to 400. I haven't weighed myself in a while. I could be 400, man. I am a mess, and I gotta get a grip. That's on me. That's on me. You know, I wanted to play music on the way out, but not the same old stuff. Like I said, trying to switch stuff up. We are gonna switch stuff up. I know what I'm playing. And we'll try to keep that going. So hey, that's not what I want you to do. All right. I want to thank everybody for joining this stream, liking, sharing, subscribing, all that good stuff, putting up with me ranting, raving. I want to do better for you guys, not just obviously my health was the last thing to talk about, but with this platform in general. I don't want to just be another YouTuber trying to play the YouTube game and I think it's killing my content and killing my love for the content by trying to be something. Not necessarily that I'm not. It's nothing wrong with actually wanting some success off the platform, but trying to it clouds the way I move. And what this has to be is an outlet for me to talk my shit. If this is something that I can talk my shit, I can have fun with, it'll be happy, regardless of whether they shut me down or what. But I gotta make this that, and you guys are helping make this that. So I'm gonna keep trying to change things, keep trying to make this a better show for you guys, because you guys gotta be having fun and for me involved. So we're gonna play a little American football. That's what I'm feeling right now. And hopefully, I don't get claimed. But I want to thank you all for being here, man. Jake DC, I feel like professional life has settled in enough. I might be able to kick back after the year. That's cool. Good luck with everything with the, jab stuff. Have great ideas. I'm going to reach out. It's all about fun. All right. I'm open to that, Rough Girl, especially if I have time, because that's also a thing. So, all right. Thank you, Rough Girl, Jake D, Noble, Iro, Cole Era. I want to thank Brightest Day, who obviously I got to thank over the video. Anano Mas, who I keep screwing up his name or her name. I don't want to misgender them. And sorry you showed up late. Please watch the playback if you got time. I know it's a 2-hour stream. May not have time. Just watch personally if you can. 24/7 Fusion Media. I somehow skipped this comment. I don't know. If I skipped your comment, blame my head, not my heart. Because there was a lot of comments to get to. 24/7 Fusion Media said he's still here, bro. Just working out right now, which I need to be. Listening to me. Thank you, 24/7 Fusion Media. Who else? Macklin made it. Macklin made it here. I appreciate it. I read your comments and didn't even say hi. I did say hi, hopefully. Godzillionaire. Chinoculus P. I've been pretty tired and I'm starting to really fade. Justin Normie, who had a lot of good conversation with. Ruben Christopher Hayes, who obviously left a little earlier. Low spec Linux laptop. He's a high spec in my view. I'm sure there's a lot of people. I got a lot of comments. You guys are awesome, man. No matter what this platform does, you guys are fucking awesome. Think you lost my sub. Oh, did I? I'll make sure, man. And you make sure you're sub. That shit keeps happening, man. That is really fucked up. I hate that this platform does it, but I'm glad that this platform is there so I can talk to you guys. So if you like the video, please like the video. If you're so obliged to share and subscribe, please do so. And even if you do none of these things, thank you for watching. Thank you for your time. Good night and God bless. Everyone have a good Saturday afternoon.
Some motherfuckers always trying to ice skate on me.